It's a beautiful day. It was so dreary this morning. You can see it on my way to go shopping, as I have a lot of self-talk and self-revelation with my gloomy mood. So enjoy the preceding video that's bright, because the rest is a little dull, but just listen to me talk and enjoy the ride. See, I've been really frustrated lately. I'll tell you why. Now, I'm very glad my son got the gumption to get a job, and he's good at it. He works hard. He gets called in as the replacement if someone doesn't show. But the problem is, I never have my car. Either I'm dropping it off, and my older son is dropping me back off the house because I don't want to pick him up in the middle of the night, because I've got to get up and go to work, and I'm a person that is in bed, snuggly, cozily up around 8:30. And he closes, so no, Teresa does not do that. Getting up in the middle, I mean, I did it for a while last summer, but it was dangerous because I was not awake. I mean, my brain is set to be in sleep mode at that time, not alert drive in the dark mode, and I can't see worth a flip in the dark at night anyway. Oh. So this morning I just got up really aggravated and frustrated because I wasn't going to do this trip till later this afternoon with my dad. Was going to come along, but I've got to be at work. He wants to get there like 30 minutes to an hour early or some mess like that. So I got to be back before he leaves. And if I want to do anything, I got to beg a ride from somebody. Just downright embarrassing because I pay this car note and this insurance. And see, right now he has a minor checking account, so I can see where his money disappears to. I can say that it's not really anything useful, though he says, oh, I'm buying me a car and I'm going to do this. He can't hold on to it long enough to buy a car. And it's simple stuff that it's not necessities. Yes, I know I don't have any money to buy another car, much less save, because I barely make it paycheck to paycheck for basic necessities like my car note and my car insurance and the phone bill that everybody in this, practically every bit of my offspring is on my phone bill. So, except for 2. So anyhow, those 3 things eat up my monthly income. So I've been wrestling, just wrestling. Like, hey, I took, I thought I was following your lead, Lord. I thought you were leading me to do this. But why? Okay, yeah, I'm serving you, I'm working, I'm doing this, but I can't even hardly afford gas because of all these, it's just so frustrating. And if I was ever able to get an evening job, though I'm exhausted just mentally after the end of the day anyway, how would I get there? Because my kid would have my car. And my parents are too old to be picking me up and dropping me off places. It's bad enough I already live there. I live there economic reasons, but also because they shouldn't be living by themselves. And I could list a number of reasons, but if my mom was watching this, she'll get all mad about it. And I'm the only one of their children that tends to certain things, because one is a strange person, weird, whatever. I have a sibling that I love my siblings, don't get me wrong, but one just, I don't know. I don't even have a description other than severe anxiety, but they let it rule their life on certain things. And if I was ever caught in a bad an SHTF situation, I definitely wouldn't want to be stuck with this particular sibling. The other one, yes. Because I'm the kind of person that if there's something really necessary and it needs to be done, then my fear is not gonna, certain things, yeah, I have trouble dealing with and don't want to. But some others, like there's a big hurricane to come in. I'm driving out of there. I don't care how much driving anxiety and night blindness I have. I'm not staying. But anyway, I digress. That's a whole nother story I wish I'd made a video of, but I needed my GPS and Christian music to get me through it. So you can't record and play music at the same time with your iPhone, unfortunately. The other sibling lives a town over, and we see every once in a while. They have a high responsibility job and all that, but I don't know. It's like they don't see or don't want to see or don't want to deal with certain aspects that, because I live there, I'm expected to deal with. Then I have friends that say, you think you'll ever move out or you know, there? To be honest, no. If I could afford, because I don't make enough money to move out anyway, but if I could, because everything is so high, especially housing. And the whole income-based housing are pretty full or in places that I don't feel safe in. But if I could move out, who would do all these things that I'm doing? Now, some people said we could stay, and I have a few relatives that would say, well, I don't see, their house is not clean enough, and you live there, you should be cleaning. You know what? I work. I'm tired. I'm old. I'm not old, but middle-aged old. When I come home from work, I'm not scrubbing floors after people that can't pick up after themselves enough or whatever. If I see something immediate and I'm right there, I may do it, but it's just exhausting. It would be like working and taking care of a household of, how should I say, a whole household of people. And when I come home, I gotta decompress, then I gotta take out dogs, do this, whatever, check the dishes, and I don't always wash the dishes, but if I see some in there and I happen to be looking at them, I'll do it. But being that I rarely eat off a plate in there, unless I'm warming it up in the toaster oven, I don't even think about it. But there's just a lot of things that don't get done, maybe because of just not thinking about it, maybe because of vision problems, mobility problems, that I can't keep up with at all. Because if I don't have a car, I don't get to go to work. We live outside of town. Yeah, maybe I could walk once in a while, but I sure as heck ain't gonna walk in 100-degree heat or on a thunderstorm, and much less on a dangerous highway that nobody seems to pay attention to which direction they're going, because they're either on their phone or trying to pass everybody up. But it's just frustrating. And as you can see, the dreary sky, because we just had a front come through, the temperature significantly dropped by 30 degrees in the last 24 hours, which, praise the Lord, I'm glad it sits 51 right now. And I'm wearing the hoodie that I got to wear for half a day a couple of weeks ago. But this particular time of year, I deal with seasonal affective disorder. The last year wasn't quite as bad because I wasn't working a job that I came home and it was already getting dark. I got to go home, get outside, and get some sunlight before, it got dark. So it wasn't as bad. This year it's about the same thing, but it is and it isn't. I don't know. Maybe it affects me at different times, different ways. I don't pretend to understand how all the circadian rhythm and your stuff works in your brain. I've read about it, I've studied about it, I've done classes that have it in it. It's just, I'm tired. Like, I don't know. I'm just tired. I was watching, there's a small YouTube channel, because YouTube channels that are more positive or not ranting about something going on or negative stuff or whatever tend to be less popular. like mine. Mine is not a popular channel. It's been around for a long time. But I mean, and today's kind of a rant, not super, let's feel good today because Jesus loves us. I feel good about that Jesus loves me, don't get me wrong. But it's just a frustrating day. It's real life. So this kind of weather right here, it just, something about it. I love that it's chilly, and if you're a deer hunter in Louisiana, then you're out there somewhere. But it lowers my mood. And I don't really have anyone to talk to about that. No one really understands that, because all my friends are married, whether they're married happily or not. Well, there's one. I take that back. There is one that's not. But that one's so busy he wouldn't be able to have time to be married, in my personal opinion, unless there was someone that didn't mind not having a lot of attention or whatever. I don't know. But I digress again. So when, people say, go here, go there, just vent that event, maybe you'll meet somebody. No, I won't. I mean, I'll meet people. But let's be honest. I will never meet a man that wants me, a good Christian man that wants me, unless they're a good Christian man that is not religious. And those are hard to find, especially in Louisiana. Because I'm going to tell you why. I am twice divorced. Twice. I divorced of my own free will, paid for the divorces myself, because number one, I had to get out of an unsafe situation for myself and my kids that I felt helpless in for years, and that I was going down a dark path mentally being in. The second one, the dude just kept abandoning us, though in his eyes he wasn't, because he justifies everything for himself in certain ways. And I got frankly sick of it, and there were also infidelity type things I was finding out. And some people can think infidelity only means actual. Now, if both of them I suspected of infidelity, but just because I couldn't prove it, or they could say they weren't actually physically infidelity or whatever, whether they were actually or not, I'm not sure. Both were unfaithful in different ways. Was I perfect? No. I like things my own way, I ain't gonna lie. But I compromised a lot and accommodated for a longer period of time than most women would. And when I'm the kind of person, when I'm done and I've had enough, I'm done, and there's no going back. And that's what pretty much happened. That last straw broke the camel's back, and I was gone. But anyway, I was talking about this YouTube channel. It's called Counselor's Couch 101. I watch his video every day because Kevin Blake from Homesteading Off the Grid, who is a fabulous channel, wife has a channel called Life with Dearly. They are a lovable, adorable family. They were saying the same thing. If it's not like something negative to get your attention, then the algorithm doesn't pick it up as well. Like this video here may get 5 views if I'm lucky, but maybe those 5 people need to hear this. Who knows? Because it'd be great to make money off YouTube, but let's face it. For me, it probably won't happen unless I do some really scandalous stuff or find me some other things to do. I have one video on here that's slightly viral called the Louisiana Wolf Cave. And I think it's because somebody linked it on to a cave site or something. And I've been meaning to go back there. And today would be a good day, except it rained too much. And it'd be kind of, probably the creek it's by is flooded. And I'm hoping that I don't find any flooded spots, because I'm coming near the river here. The Calcasieu River in the West Fork. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. Anyway, Counselor's Couch was talking about accommodations in relationships, and I commented, I'm going to probably be that old lady. It's been 7 years since I've been in a relationship, and I would probably be that old lady that with a bunch of cats, but I prefer to have chickens, so probably a bunch of chickens. They'll be old and alone. Because there's been a few times where people were interested. I even did that on, when he did a video the other day on online dating. Well, that's how I got my second husband, even though he lived 2 miles down the road. However, I did a few times that Facebook dating thing, and I think I went out to dinner with one person that actually worked with my late uncle. And he was a nice guy, but he lived like 50 miles away, and that wasn't going to happen. You know, that was the end of that. That wasn't any real dating experience. That was just meeting up for dinner. So, no relationship, no dating for 7 years. At this point, I honestly think it's been so long that it probably will never happen. Because as I go back to the beginning of what I started with, no one good wants a woman who's been divorced twice. They automatically think trouble. I also have kids. They're grown. One's almost grown, the one that takes my car all the time. And I have grandkids that I'm kind of responsible for. So no man wants that in their life. They don't want to deal with that. In fact, I overheard a conversation of a person who is a good Christian man that said they would never date anybody that had kids because they were done with kids. So I thought, well, there could be some really great person out there for you that you are overlooking. I'm not talking about myself because this person does not like me like that, and vice versa. However, I was watching some kids on a four-wheeler in a 4x4 vehicle. They're having fun this morning. You know, so anytime, but on the Facebook dating, anytime that anyone would say, they always like, oh, it's so stupid. Hi, how are you? Hi, beautiful. It's always the same stupid stuff over and over. They're like, can we just talk on the phone? And I'm like, well, I don't talk to people I know on the phone, so I'm not talking to you. Then they, I'm cool with a few chatting back and forth until I, know you. Then let's meet up. I don't know I don't know. Something about it just always makes me feel like I want to hide take my big old hoodie I have on, for instance, and here comes some speed bumps. Hide, pull my arms and head in it and hide like a turtle in a shell. It's a fear response, and I'm thinking, why am I responding in fear? Because I'm pretty self-observant, and I'll be brutally honest with myself, a lot hurts my own self. So why would I be scared? Well, the last relationship really took a lot out of me. I mean, it was so painful. What was going on was so incredibly painful because I really loved the person. And it was also incredibly painful to watch what it did to my son. And I think that wounded me so much that, and maybe it makes me think of myself as unworthy. And in the situation I'm in, kind of living with parents / taking care of parents in a way, / I don't know what else, twice divorced, it's hopeless, no one's going to want you, no one good is going to want you, is how I feel. And that's the reality of it. So I automatically am going to hide. Because if you're interested in me enough, then you're no good. Because no good man will want me. Because my past 2 experiences showed me that no good man would want me. If you were good, you wouldn't have done me this way. Now, this is just me talking out loud. Whether there's total truth in that statement is questionable. This is the basis of the fear response. I'm not saying my ex-husband, plural ex-husbands, are bad people. Not at all. Not saying that. Do I like either one of them? No. That's just being honest. Do I love them as in I want them to be saved and go to heaven and don't want anything bad to happen to them? Yeah. But personally, as far as liking them, no, because of things that have happened. It makes it difficult to like you based on your behavior. There's a difference between liking and loving. There's a lot of people I don't like, but I pray for them. A lot of them. Because I don't like what they do. Or I don't like how they are. or I don't like their habits. Can't like everybody. And I learned a long time ago that not everybody's going to like me. And it used to bug the heck out of me that certain people didn't like me. And I'm like, what did I do to them? I didn't do anything to them. Just some people don't click. And I'm good with that. Because if you don't like me, I probably don't like you either. And now that I think about it, all the people I found out didn't like me, I kind of just tolerated. So, because there's a lot of people I just tolerated. And that might be part of my reason of never getting out. Because the older you get, the more annoying people seem to be. But I'm going to close with that because I'm fixing to get on some roads that are more trafficked. I hope you enjoyed this drive to what we in this area call the Bluff. We're in the territory of the Bluff. And further up there is a park called Sam Houston Jones State Park. There is a video way back from, I'm going to guess 2018 or 19, I'm not sure, of me when I was jogging and walking around in that park pre-hurricane. But it's opened back up finally, and I need to get down there and make a video. I should do that today, but I don't. If I have groceries, I don't know. I don't like going some places by myself anymore. Because, I mean, it's just not safe anymore. See, there's the sign for the park. And there it is down there. Park on the Calcasieu River. Been going there since I was an itty bitty kid. There used to be deer before that first hurricane from like 16, 17 years ago. There were deer you could feed. It was just great. But the deer all ran away when the hurricane came through and destroyed their habitat. But I guess I'll tag Mr. Jim Stump if he has time to listen to all this, because my degree is psychology, though I never pursued a master's for a variety of reasons, but one was that the particular school I would be going to did not factor in anything spiritual in the equation of the human psyche. The other I was going to master at a Christian college. It was all supposed to be virtual, but the problem is they wanted a lot of face-to-face virtual stuff, and I was working way too many hours to do that. So now I'm doing something that, although my psychology degree is used in the process of all the number crunching I do, I definitely don't want to counsel people. All right, bye-bye, y'all. Got to turn this off.